Good afternoon and welcome. You're watching the latest on Times Now Live. I am Preeti Dahiya. Let's begin this bulletin with some breaking inputs coming in, and this is related to the detention of leaders in Jammu. Hours after their detention came to an end, National Conference is holding its first ever meeting at Sher-a-Kashmir Bhavan. This meeting is going to be chaired by Devender Singh Rana. Jammu leaders, remember, were released ahead of local elections which are due on October 24th.
Hours after detention of Jammu leaders came to an end, National Conference is holding its first ever meeting at Sher-a-Kashmir Bhavan. Meeting is being chaired by Provincial President Devender Singh Rana. During meeting, they are going to discuss about future course of action, including detention of Kashmiri leadership. Most of these leaders were detained after abrogation of Article 370 on August 5. But before conduct of Block Development Council election, these leaders in Jammu are being released. This is considered to be one of the confidence building measure and also to encourage more participation in BDC. During the meeting, National Conference is also going to discuss about Public Safety Act that has been invoked on their patron Farooq Abdullah. Now it is to be seen how many people are really going to participate in this election, because idea is to strengthen grassroots level democracy. Whether these political parties will be taking part in that will only get clear once the meeting will be over.
Well, let's go across to Pradeep Datta now, who's joining me live from Jammu for more inputs on this. Pradeep, that meeting, I believe, has already started of these National Conference leaders who have been recently released from house arrest. But what is going to be their plan of action? Because even if leaders in Jammu have been freed, their counterparts in Srinagar are still under house arrest?
That is in fact the biggest issue that will be discussed during the meeting, because they feel that only few leaders in the Jammu region have been released and most of the leaders in Kashmir Valley are still under detention. In such a scenario, how come the government is expecting that the people participation will be there in BDC elections? So they feel that the leaders in the Kashmir Valley also need to be released. And the second thing they are discussing about is because during the Panchayat election, National Conference had decided not to take part, because that time they had said unless and until government will clear its stand on Article 35 and 370. But now the things have totally changed. Article 35A and 370 have been abrogated. So in such scenario, whether they will be participating in BDC election, so that is also they will be deciding, because so far the National Conference stand is that if you have not participated in Panchayat election, how come you will be participating in BDC election, which will be on political lines, because most of your panches and sarpanches have not been elected. So they were not able to take part because of that decision that had taken by the party leadership, Umar Abdullah and Farooq Abdullah. And the third thing is they are also discussing about the PSA that has been invoked on their party patron Farooq Abdullah, that how long that he will be kept under house arrest, he should be released because he is ailing, he is facing so many problems. And there was all these things are all discussed in this meeting. But yes, a political activity has started, because it is after 58 days all these leaders in the Jammu region who had been detained from different political parties, whether Congress, whether National Conference, whether many others, have finally been released. And we have seen that many of them have gone to their respective constituency, and it is the first ever political meet ever since Article 370 has been abrogated, though there had been the meeting of the BJP going on. But the first ever political meet by National Conference, because most of the leadership were placed under house arrest both in Jammu as well as in Kashmir region. And right now the meeting is being chaired by Provincial President Devender Singh Rana, and they will be discussing about various measures and future course of action that they have to take. But yes, they are saying that the things will be incomplete unless and until the leadership that is being detained in Kashmir Valley are released. But yes, one thing is positive also, that slowly and slowly the restrictions are being lifted. We have seen that landlines have already started functioning. They are also trying to open the postpaid mobile phone, and political activity is also slowly and slowly starting, because leaders are being maybe the next will be the leaders who are placed under detention in Kashmir Valley, they will also be released. So this is an eye opener for all those people who had been saying that restrictions are still in place. That is one of the reasons that Supreme Court just 2 days back they had snubbed the lobby, saying that no more petitions regarding restrictions will be entertained in court, because slowly and slowly things are limping back to normalcy. And right now meeting is underway that is being chaired by Provincial President Devender Singh Rana.
Pradeep, this is essentially a new beginning in Jammu and Kashmir ever since the abrogation of Article 370. And the Modi government was always clear that these restrictions are only temporary. Nothing is permanent in terms of the movement of, these political leaders in Valley and other parts of the state. But now that the restrictions have been, taken away from leaders in Jammu, do they appreciate it as an outreach from the central government, or are they still apprehensive about the intentions of the BJP government at centre?
See, there is a kind of a mixed response what we are getting from the leaders from the different political parties. Like Devender Singh, he said that we had always been asking for the abrogation of Article 370. We failed to understand why we were placed under house arrest. So far as BJP is concerned, they are saying neither Article 370 was permanent nor these restrictions are permanent. So that is one of the reasons that slowly we are lifting most of these restrictions. Political activity has started in Jammu region. It will soon start in Kashmir Valley also. All these restrictions had been put in place only to ensure that the calm prevails in Kashmir Valley, because this was an extraordinary decision taken by the government, so extraordinary measures were required, and it was for the benefit of the people and to keep all those anti-national and inimical elements at bay, because there were certain elements who were trying to.
Okay, Ms. Priya Sethi of the BJP and Mr. RSN Singh are joining me on the phone line now. First to you, Priya Sethi, now that the leaders in Jammu are freed, everybody is expecting and wanting to know how soon will opposition leaders in the valley get the same freedom?
No, they'll have to adjust to the new reality. And the sooner they do it, the better it is. Now the new reality is that Jammu and Kashmir is a union territory, and so is Ladakh, and so Abdullahs and Muftis and the others. I mean, they have to accept the reality. Otherwise, the system will make them defunct. So it's a welcome step. They can find their own moorings in the new system.
Okay.
And stop lamenting now. Nothing can be done.
We can only hope, but then their biggest demand, Priya Sethi, if I can bring you in here, their demand immediately is that now that the leadership in Jammu is set free, please do the same with our leaders in the valley, because unless we all work together, how do you expect us to put up a comprehensive plan even for elections at the local level?
See, it's because it's about 370 has been removed, and these parties were dynastic rule parties, and they were just not making the system work out. Even if you have a history of about 70 years, what the NC did and what the PDP did not do betterment for the people there. They even opposed the panchayat elections. They even opposed the urban local body elections. It's time for the Kashmiri people to come together on one platform and because 370 has been removed, it has been abrogated. Now they have to come and be a part of the development of Jammu and Kashmir, for the betterment of Jammu and Kashmir. And
for that, they are demanding that unless you free our leadership in its entirety, we cannot put together a plan and, present it to the people of Jammu and Kashmir during elections. So stay with me, Priya Sethi. I also want to go across to activist Majid Haidari, who's joining us on the phone line as well. Majid Haidari, it was quite clear that these restrictions are not permanent. So slowly things are, coming back and taking their original shape. Now this leadership from Jammu has been freed from parties like National Conference, Congress and PDP. Do you expect that this will be done soon in Kashmir as well? Are you hopeful?
Madam, hope has always been there, but the point is that there was no hartal or any abnormal situation in Jammu. So I wonder why the Jammu leaders were even kept in detention for 2 months. So that way, I presume that it may take 6-7 months for the Kashmiri leadership to be released. But the point is that it is the essence of democracy to release the mainstream leaders, because whatever, if Priya Sethi Sahiba says that the Dainas were the cause of trouble in Kashmir, then I would say that Dainas have been under detention for the last 2 months. So why hasn't peace been restored? There is a need to build the confidence of people of Kashmir.